there's a good chance this could be one of the biggest highlight parts of my career.
Felt like I'd been summoned to do something great.
You're going to your limit all the time.
Just want to win it so damn bad.
What's up, and welcome to a very special edition of X Games Real. It's the triumphant return of Real Mountain Bike. Here coming to you from Highland Mountain Bike Park. Brandon Graham joined alongside the legend, Nikolai Rogatkin. Nikolai, for the uninitiated, talk to us about this Real Mountain Bike video contest.
Honestly, Real Mountain Bike is one of the most exclusive competitions in mountain biking. Only 11 riders have had the chance to take their shot at a real mountain bike gold medal, and honestly, you're gonna see so much more goes into these videos than just the riding.
Yeah, 5 of the best mountain bike riders on the planet putting together 90-second video parts with only 3 to 4 months to film. I mean, just talk about the challenges.
These riders are risking everything in terms of the tricks and the features that they build, and with that short time frame, if anything goes wrong, almost disastrous.
I think it's really special that we're here at Highland of all places.
There's just so many legends that have come through this mountain, like, for example, Aaron Chase, who's gonna be judging the competition here today, the McCalls from Cam Zink, the Claymore Challenge, just an absolutely iconic location in mountain biking.
And I don't think there's any better spot to be for the return of Real Mountain Bike. I'm excited to talk about our riders. Let's go through the list of who you're gonna see putting down the video parts here today. Let's start with Matt McDuff. What can you tell me about his riding?
Matt McDuff is such an exciting rider. He has such a unique skill set and creativity because of that street background, which is so different for a mountain bike rider. I think he's gonna bring a lot of unbelievable elements to this video.
Up next, Remy Morton, who I know has sort of an unorthodox bike setup for starters.
Oh yeah, Remy is on an absolutely crazy bike with the 24-inch wheel in the back and the 135 kids cranks. It's just factoring into his style, which is so pleasant to watch, so flowy.
And let's talk Dylan's start, perhaps the most street style of anyone in this field here today.
Yeah, Dylan has a massive BMX background, and that leads to these street style maneuvers, this vision for these crazy gaps in the streets, and he brings that kind of BMX style even to the big air stuff, so it's gonna be cool.
All right, let's talk Tom Van Steenbergen. All I know about this guy from watching him ride, he seems like an all-terrain vehicle.
He's just so versatile. He comes from a big slope style background, riding crankworks back in the day, doing all kinds of front flip drops and moves like that. And he's just pushing the limits with freeride. He's tried to front flip the canyon gap at Rampage. He's done some impeccable ninja drops at Rampage, and can't wait to see what he's got up his sleeve.
And finally, we round out our 5 riders with Cade Edwards. Talk to me about Cade.
Cade is just such a crowd pleaser. He's an unbelievably fast downhill racer. He's so powerful on his bike. The style abilities, the whips, the no-handers, and just one of a kind, really.
We're gonna see something burly from Cade, huh?
Big time.
Well, because this is a judged competition, that means there's some hardware at stake. X Games gold, silver, and bronze. So because of that, let's meet our judges right now. Beginning with Bass. Talk to me about Paul.
I mean, this guy won Crankworks on a borrowed bike in 2004, backed it up with another win in 2005. He had an unfortunate crash at Rampage in 2015, but that just led to an absolutely inspirational story of perseverance, of walking again and riding again.
All right, next up, the godfather of freestyle mountain bike, Aaron Chase. Talk to me about Aaron.
Aaron is another legend icon, especially at this location that we're at, Highland. He's such a creative rider. He's one of the first riders that really went into that kind of full video part style. So he's definitely the right man to be judging these video competitions here today. And I'm sure there's a bunch of moves in there which he's gonna be stoked on, because these riders are gonna get creative, I'm sure of it.
And rounding out our panel of judges, Christian Regal. Talk to me about Christian.
Christian is a guy who's had such a great career in BMX and then transitioned into also shredding and mountain biking. He's one of the only guys that is kind of 100% ready to be either on the riding side or the filming side of this competition. So yeah, he's the man for this job.
And part of the job is really like entailing what they need to see to give out these X Games medals, right? So what's that criteria? We're talking trick technicality, we're talking innovation, cinematography, and then the big one, overall impression. Now those are all fancy words, but like what do those mean to you as a rider?
All the elements needed for a perfect video. Obviously, The first time we're gonna be watching for that overall impression, but then you gotta look deeper into that cinematography, into that creativity, and yeah, into those elements, because in order to win a gold medal here, you gotta have every element perfect in your video.
Yeah, well said. Well, I'm excited to get into those videos, so don't go anywhere. When we come back here on Real Mountain Bike 2024, we drop those video parts. Stick around. Well, I'm hyped to get into these video parts, and we kick things off with Matt McDuff and his filmer, Lhomel.
Oh, absolutely, and that filmer-rider relationship between McDuff and Louis, I'm sure they were so hyped to be able to make this X Games video together. This one's gonna be rowdy.
Yeah, before we get into it, let's hear from the judges on what they expect out of Matt's part.
All right, Matt McDuff. All I know about this guy is he's been hiding away up in Canada and building the most massive big air ramps that mountain biking's ever seen.
I know he's got a new compound, so who knows what he's been building out there. I can't wait to see that.
Matt's always been on the edge of, pushing what's possible and really putting creativity at the forefront of his riding, so I'm stoked to check it out.
My name's Matt McDuff. I'm a professional freeride mountain biker, and I love big air. So the first time I saw RealMTB, I just knew that that was like a contest that I wanted to be a part of. When I realized that I had to put together a RealMTB part, I knew that I had to film it at my compound. Sick.
That was so sick.
So dope.
So as soon as I got the phone call, I just started working like almost 24 hours a day. I've had so many people help from like all over the world come here and just put in time. Lhomel, Liam Irvine, Brody Jones, and of course, Jake Fox. Man, there had to be at least 25 guys that came out and helped. Overtime, my friends, overtime on the bike, and overtime on the credit cards.
Hi, my name is Lhomel, and I'm the director for Matt McDuff RealMTB part.
That was so good.
Yeah, me and Matt, we go back a really long time. We've been filming for, I think, more than 12 years. He influenced me a lot in his riding and his approach to life and everything, and I think we work really well together. It was pretty funny because we started with the street riding, so Matt came over to Montreal to film those 2 clips we have in the part. Then I think both of us it's been a while we haven't filmed something like that together, so just to get back in the way of doing stuff that we're used to, it was amazing. And then he went back to the bigger compound and I came in, and we had to change our way of doing, but I think it just ended up working so well.
So we shot a lot of the footage at the Big Air compound, which is, that's my house. My goal with this place is to just push the sport. We had so much stuff to build and so many things needed to be done for the compound that we ended up shooting like pretty late into November. Once Matt got the call about X Games, it kind of like put things into a whole new gear. It was like, okay, we got to film X Games this year. It was a huge push.
That's another part of the vibe here is you need to be ready to work hard. But the place is completely nuts. Amazing, it is big, it is creative, and it's done in a way that you feel part of it, which is, yeah, huge.
Yeah! The Real series is all about just putting together the most insane riding, and you really just want to put together a piece that just like blows people's minds. For the most part, all the setups is like stuff that I could ride, right? Like I could get over it. I'm helping him build this open loop wall ride thing, and I'm like, usually I can like put a little bit of input, but then this thing he puts up, and I'm just like, God, I'm not giving you any advice. I don't even want to share my thoughts. Like, you just tell me what you think, and I'll do that, because I look at that and I'm like, I don't know how this works. I just want to win it so damn bad because my team's working so damn hard, and it's really just kind of what I'm missing in my career. It's just like an event to win, to go out and win. I'm Matt McDuff, and this is my RealMTB video part.
That's what I would watch anytime before I go and jump on my bike. I'm like ready to run through a brick wall.
I mean, he starts it off with some street moves,
Yeah.
and then he gets into the hammers and just those progressive tricks, and we see some of the slams that he takes and those raw reactions. It just shows how much went into that video.
Well, we loved it, but the opinion who really matters are judges. Let's hear what they had to say.
So we all know McDuff likes doing open loops and anything upside down, but his jump to the upside down wall ride and pulled that around, absolutely perfect. That's what I wanted to see from McDuff.
You know, this isn't normal mountain biking. He's really like pushing the limits of what's possible. And yeah, I love the setups and the creativity from the street spots to the stuff that he built at his compound. Truly insane, and I really enjoyed that. You can tell that he really made the most of this opportunity.
Death metal rock, the crashes, the massive ramps, all the hard work that you put in this edit, you could totally see it.
We're just getting started. Don't go anywhere. More from Real Mountain Bike when we return, including the video drop from Remy Morton. Welcome back to Real Mountain Bike 2024. We're on to rider number 2 here in our field, Remy Morton and his filmer, Robb. I'm excited about this one.
The riding is gonna be fluid from Remy, and Robb just makes everything look even better. This team is gonna deliver on the cinematography, no doubt.
All right, well, before we drop the video part, let's hear from the judges on what they expect.
The only thing I know about this kid, he rides a bike without a chain.
He's a big dude on a little bike, and he's no doubt going to be blowing apart turns and riding faster than anybody we're gonna see.
I've always been a fan of Remy's riding. He's always pushing the creativity of what he's doing, the way he sets up his bikes, the way he rides his bikes. And I feel like he's got a really different mentality and outlook on how he rides a mountain bike. And I'm really excited to see what they came up with.
I'm Remy Morton, I'm 25 years old, Australian, live in Queenstown, New Zealand, and I'm a freeride mountain biker. Never really imagined myself after finishing racing to go into a competition style of riding. It was kind of just like doing videos and working on digging and stuff like that. When I found out, Dad was the first person I called because I knew that it was a cool opportunity to get him in on a build. He's helped with a few builds that we've done for public parks and things now.
I didn't realise the enormity of it, I imagine. And then he phoned me, and it was basically, like he said, it's his Olympics. Pretty crazy, being in the scrub, digging and building for your kid. I mean, I love it. He's my best mate, so, and all the boys, you know, they're all good kids.
I felt like went back 15 years to when we used to build and ride together when I was like sort of the age of 5 to 15. It was all the same process, it's just gone to bigger things. We're using shovels and picks, and now we're using machines and chainsaws, and it's been cool. I kind of told Dad that there's a good chance this could be one of the biggest highlight parts of my career, and to do it together is, I mean, he's the one that got me into riding and has helped me through everything I've ever done. It's been a pretty crazy process to go through, and was pretty stoked to get my dad over to help me with the build and my best mate, Scott.
I kind of heard from a couple other people just asking me if Remy talked to you yet. And I was like, either something really good or something really bad is about to happen. And then when he told me, I just kind of was pretty shocked.
When XGames made the call, it was like, there's definitely a realization for us that like, it felt like that was the biggest thing, and we finally like achieved a really big goal of doing something that is to the global audience. And it's been a sick project working together, not only on the filming, but the whole build has been together.
So it's just kind of been full on every day, just our lives kind of dedicated towards it.
Pretty hard to explain to people when you're doing something like this, like you just disappear for a few months.
I spent probably 2 to 3 weeks clearing just weeds and scrub that you couldn't see through. And then once we did that, he had the machine in, that was nearly as scary as him riding the features. It's pretty steep.
He's still just building jumps with his dad, the same he did when he was 5 and 6 years old, but everything's just got way bigger.
As he started taking me through where the features were going to be, I couldn't believe that anything could be put there.
I think hard for people to comprehend, but like we actually have been digging for 4 months straight. And it's also a bit of a mental thing as well. It's like, how long can I just look at dirt and rocks for?
And then we ended up having a weirdly rainy summer. When something big is finally tested, I feel like me and Jim would just kind of look at each other like we're both the parents and that he's safe, and we're just filled with so much relief.
That was perfect.
That was what?
Mate, that was the most relief I've had for 4 months.
Yeah, my whole goal with this was I didn't want an in-your-face video. I wanted it to be like a wholesome sort of atmosphere, working with my dad and best mate, and I wanted it to be a piece that shows that we're just normal people having a crack in the woods. My name's Remy Morton, and this is my XGames RealMTB video part.
Bit small now, that jump, isn't it?
Yeah, like, we should make it like that.
That was a beautiful video. A bit of an emotional roller coaster too, seeing the flashbacks of him as a kid, his dad out there course building.
I just gotta say, the builds in that video, oh my goodness, like some of the coolest things, like that big drop into the shark fin, that's just incredible.
Well, let's get the judges' thoughts on Remy's video.
Remy really played to his riding style. He's not known for being trick guy. He's style guy, and he's the builds. Like, the builds are insane.
Remy's got his dad in there and all these old like throwback shots of him as a kid and him building with his dad. Man, that's really cool. I like seeing that.
That's a fun, chill edit that I would show to my kids. That's like, if you want to get your kid into riding bikes, this is what you show them.
Okay, so interesting reaction from our judges. I think they're echoing a lot of what we were saying. It was cool to see the family ties.
Honestly, the riding may have not been groundbreaking or so risky, but it was just so fluid and good. So, like we were talking about, there's multiple criteria for these videos, and Remy and Scott hit a lot of those there.
We're just getting started. Don't go anywhere. Another video drops when we return after this. Welcome back to Real Mountain Bike. We're halfway through our videos, and I'm hyped on this next one because the street influence is very real as we check out Dylan Stark and his filmer Tyson Trainer.
Dylan's been making such waves in the mountain bike industry with the rail at Red Bull Rampage and bringing that BMX style to events like Proving Grounds and stuff. So this one's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. Let's hear from the judges on what they expect out of Dylan's part.
If he's able to survive and get to the end of the part, I'm sure it's gonna be insane.
His background's BMX, and what I love about Dylan Stark is that he brings this big mountain riding into the streets.
Dylan Stark, he's another guy. I don't even know what bike he's gonna be riding, so he's gonna be one of the most creative guys to see in this arena.
Yo, what up? I'm Dylan Stark. I'm 32 years old, and I live in Lake Elsinore, California. It was pretty much like the most insane phone call I ever got. Like, X Games, just like a dream of mine forever, so I couldn't believe it. My whole career, like, working up just for this moment is just, like, crazy.
X Games mode. What a spot.
So choosing a filmer is, like, huge for this part because it is, like, a film contest as well.
T-Dog, you got ready?
Yeah, what up?
You got your batteries charged?
Yep.
Extra memory cards?
Yep.
Nice.
Tyson really stood out. He filmed Colby Raja's real motos in the past, and he's taken home a gold medal, so I know he's got the experience, and then he's also lives the closest to me, and we hang out all the time, so it's kind of like a no-brainer.
You got T-Dog over there getting the $1 million shot.
What's up? My name's Tyson Trainer, and I'm here filming Dylan Stark's Real Mountain Bike video. I wanted to help out Dylan this year because I just love mountain biking, and I like hanging out with Dylan and just having a good time.
Right here. Tyson, that was incredible, dude.
My bad.
Incredible.
Good time. Definitely, like, filming these type of videos is just way more stressful. There's, like, pretty much most of the time there's only one take or one try.
No second take on a lot of stuff, so it's either you get it or you don't. And you gotta pick someone you trust, because I've been there in the back in the day when you do something so crazy you don't want to do twice, and the filmer, the photographer misses it, and you're like, are you serious, man? I gotta go risk my life again to do this. It ain't easy getting a good clip. Take someone that, like, really is passionate about what they do and they want to be there.
He's there.
It's hard to just comprehend how big these jumps are that Dylan's hitting.
First clip, first go.
Oh my God.
Horrible crash, the biggest tailbone I've ever done, and straight to my head. I broke my visor off in front of, like, some ladies hiking in the hills.
You okay?
I'm fine. Yeah, I gotta do it again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did we ruin your video?
Not at all, you made it better. Heck yeah, guys, right here. Let's go, yes.
Good job. Woo! Is that gonna be anywhere posted?
X Games.
X Games, okay.
The, like, cartwheel down the hill is pretty gnarly.
One of the heaviest crashes I ever had was while filming for this. I thought I broke everything. I thought I was done. Everything is over with. I even lay on the ground. I was like, I just break everything. And then I was like, I could stand up. So blown away how I walked away from that crash. I've always wanted to jump over 100 feet on my bike, went 110. I had to do it on that kind of stuff. I thought that'd be like a more proper setup, not just some blip in a hill and just go as fast as you can at it. I was like, the little kid in me would be so stoked, like, to hear that. So that was like a big accomplishment. So I try to include people, like, in my career that are, like, people that I want to be surrounded by. Like my girlfriend Brittany, she's like sending me spots on, like, randomly. She'd be at work or at some school or something. Like, let's check out this rail, or like, look at this roof.
Whenever we're driving in the car, he's always like, look at this rail, or look at that mountain, or I could build this or that.
Trying to bring grinding back into mountain biking, like, everybody should be doing it.
I've never met anybody that loves biking as much as he does. Also something that he shares with his friends and family. His dad was very into bikes, and I think it's just a connection through all of that that just brings him happiness.
So what's going on? Boom! Power Rangers.
Yo, what up? I'm Dylan Stark. This is my X Games real mountain bike part.
Wow. All right, so that was different than what we've already seen here today. The street influence, the BMX influence.
Yeah, this was so different, like you're saying. I love that shot of the rail, how you can only see it at the last second when he does that big gap up and then to the rail. Just some shocking moves in there. I'm impressed.
So gnarly. Well, let's hear from the judges on what they thought.
First impression from Dylan's part is that I would, one, hate to be his bike, and two, I would hate to be his ankles.
That T-whip off the roof onto that grass bank on that 180 travel bike. That is rad. That is what I love to see from Dylan Stark.
Wow, Dylan and his filmer Tyson, just banger after banger after banger, really left me on the edge of my seat.
Great notes from the judges. I co-signed. It was a hammer fest, that entire video part.
Oh, absolutely. Always interesting to hear what the judges have to say, and yeah, hammers.
Yeah, well, like I said, halfway through, still a couple more videos to drop. When we return, Tom Van Steenbergen, his part comes out on Real Mountain Bike. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the iconic Highland Mountain Bike Park. So stoked for this one. Tom Van Steenbergen and his filmer, Calvin Hoth.
Tom is known for always bringing hammers, always risking it all. So I think this team is gonna blow us away.
Yeah, what does the BC native have up his sleeve? Before we get to that, let's check out what the judges' expectations are for this video.
Tom Van Steenbergen is going to put his neck on the chopping block, guaranteed more than once. So I can't wait to see what we got here.
When I think of Tom Van Steenbergen, I think of pain. This kid's been through a lot. So I'm excited to see his edit.
Tom's never been one to take an opportunity lightly, and he's always setting it and pushing the limits of what's possible, and he's had some savage injuries, and I think this is a big platform for him to do his thing, and yeah, I'm sure he went nuts for it. I can't wait to see.
My name is Tom Van Steenbergen. I'm 27 years old from Vernon, BC, and I'm a freeride mountain biker. As soon as I got the call, I was already filming for a video with Calvin. We've done lots of challenging projects already in the past, and he's a great builder, super patient with me when things aren't going well. I knew it was the perfect combo.
Cables are a lot of fun.
Look at your little setup.
I know. It's duct tape. That's a filmer specialty. One of those things is you're filming anything, you're like, okay, we can get it better, we can get it better, we can get closer. It was good. I flew pretty timidly, so I was like pretty far back, but it looked sick.
My name is Calvin Huth. I'm an action sports filmmaker, and I film Tom Van Steenbergen's XGames video part. Like most big, extensive projects, there's challenges constantly. On top of that, I'm filming some of the craziest things I've ever filmed. When your friend is doing something extremely gnarly, extremely dangerous, you just never get used to it. You want your friends to succeed and accomplish their goals and get everything that they want, but then at the same time, like, you're worried about their health. As much as I don't want to talk about the injury, I feel like I need to, because it's helped me. 2 years ago at Rampage, I had a pretty life-changing crash. There was just a lot of uncertainties after that. Nothing really was clicking until this year, right before I got the call for X Games, and fully just had to rethink everything, rebuild myself as a person and my body. You know the risks. I've seen the risks. I know it's a terrifying predicament where I have no control. It's not up to me. All I can do is press that button. You're going to your limit all the time. Watching him go through the process of like absolutely slamming, being unsure whether he's all good, to having full faith that what we've done and the work is gonna work, and then to overcome, that and the 2 clips on the island were almost the craziest ones for me emotionally. It's really cool to be there for those moments where the sport gets pushed, the limit gets driven higher and higher. Know at the end of the day that like was a positive contribution to those moments. It's super cool. Getting these clips, like all of them honestly, have been, I know for myself, these have been the most challenging clips I've ever gotten. And to be able to do that in and of itself is a great accomplishment for me, but just for me to do it after those injuries is like, I don't know, I kind of surprised myself, honestly. My name is Tom Van Steenbergen, and this is my RealMTB video part.
Nikolai, yeah, you can pick the jaw up
I can't.
floor. Again, I'm not handing out the gold medal. I want to make that very clear. But if I were...
The nose bonk flip is simply unthinkable. The double flip 360 was bolts. The ender is just from a different world. The closest thing I could compare it to is a cash roll drop, but Tom goes completely with a different style, almost using his flat drop backflip ability. I just don't understand how he made the end of that rotation work.
Well said. Let's hear what the judges think of this one.
Tom's always been a rider that really pushes the limits, and I think his last trick definitely shows that progression is something that he really likes, and I've never seen anything like that.
Did Tom just win gold medal? I'm gonna have to replay some clips.
Tom's got the back flip to manual to front flip. That belongs only in video games, let's be honest.
There's one video left. That's gonna come after this break. Cade Edwards, stick around, more from Real Mountain Bikes. Welcome back. And then there was one final video to drop here for Real Mountain Bike 2024. Cade Edwards, we're heading to the UK. I can't wait because of his style, the talent, the speed, the aggression.
Yeah, Cade is such a crowd pleaser when it comes to the riding. It's so powerful. It's so technically skilled. So excited to see what they have.
Well, what do the judges think going into this one? Let's find out.
Cade's an interesting one. What's he gonna do? You know, he's got that World Cup race background. Is he gonna be going fast and big, or is he gonna be doing more of his technical stuff too? I mean, he has it all.
Amazing bike handling skills, but I don't know too much about him, so I'm excited to see his edit.
Cade can obviously ride anything, but I'm curious if he built a bunch of wild stuff, if he wrote some stuff that was already there, or, you know, I don't really know where they're gonna go or what they're gonna do, but I'm excited to see what they came up with.
I'm Cade Edwards, 24 years old. I'm from Wales in the UK, and I'm a professional mountain biker. Yeah, getting the call to do XGames was special. Felt like I'd been summoned to do something great, so yeah, I was just stoked to kind of show what I think my style of riding is. And I think everyone was expecting me to be riding my downhill bike and it'd be fast and just corners and the odd flat spin and stuff, but obviously it's not that at all.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, I'm Joe Bowman. I'm working with Cade Edwards to film his RealMTB part. I've known Cade for quite a long time. We've been on the circuit together on the World Cup downhill, and I've always been a huge fan of him as he's been coming through the ranks, whether it's him racing, doing his free ride thing, whatever bike he's on, I feel like, you know, he's your favourite rider's favourite rider.
It's November 30th, so we've got 2 months for the part to be ready.
I can't explain the amount of building you put into this line. Everything you see is completely custom made, you know, weeks and weeks of building. I mean, when Cade was building it, he was doing, you know, night shifts through the night, back to back for weeks just to get it finished.
The build was just, I kind of want to forget about it in a way. It just, from like 9 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock at night, 7 days a week, it's, yeah, loads of frost, so much frost damage. Everything was just like, you'd finish something, come back the next day, stuff starts breaking away. So yeah, it was definitely probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. It couldn't have been any worse, to be honest. The temperature just didn't go above probably 5 degrees. It was horrible. The boys just stuck to it and we grafted out every day, got a fire going, and yeah, it was definitely challenging. Probably the most challenging part of the project was building in those horrible conditions.
We'll have 5 weeks here now, and then that 6th week is just going to be perfect weather. We're going to get it all done in that week, and then it's going to be like we're having a chill after Christmas.
I hope so.
That's it.
I hope so.
I had a lot of my mates helping, so many of people that helped us out, and it was just amazing to have the whole gang there and just long days, long nights, and having a crew that wants to commit to you with that was crazy. Like, ask someone to sit on a hill from 9 till 11 o'clock at night. Who wants to do that? So yeah, I can't thank the boys enough. They really dug deep and got it done.
It's not easy kind of when you've spent all that time building a feature and, you know, it's go time for filming it, and especially when you're on a deadline. But Cade's a pro. He knows what he's capable of and he's not afraid to kind of throw down. So we got most of what we wanted to do done. There was a couple of things we weren't able to do due to the weather.
It's so frozen right now. Need to do something about that.
It's a bit softer up there. It was tough, but I think we're both pretty stoked on what we achieved.
I was stoked on the whip to foof on the hitching post. That was something I've wanted to do for a long time. Didn't even know if I could do it.
Getting that lit up and Cade being able to land what he wanted on that slippy wooden hitching post, that was pretty insane. So once we got that done, that was amazing. He took some big slams as well, so fair play for keeping on.
There's a lot more stuff I wanted to squeeze in there, but with 90 seconds, I think we filled it out pretty good. Everything stands out to me, man. The build, the riding, people who helped me, filming, everything, man. It's solid, beautiful piece of art. So I'm Cade Edwards. This is my RealMTB video part, and hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, boy.
I love that.
Oh, yeah.
The tech on full display in that part.
Yes, very, very impressive tech. Cade puts so much attitude into the riding. He's so stylish, and yeah, crowd pleaser right there. That was amazing.
Yeah, so now the question is, did he check all of the criteria boxes
I think so.
to earn an X Games medal? Let's find out from the judges.
I honestly had no idea that he had that type of like free ride skills.
As expected with Cade, I knew the style was going to be insane. It was cool to see they did a build for this.
You can see that Cade's battling the elements here. That whip to Fufanu, he's doing that with wet, soggy, dirty tires. And he's doing that whip and landing on the hitching post right on that dime, pivoting and pulling out. I mean, that's right up my alley.
Yeah, I think that's spot on analysis. Maybe there were some people that were sleeping on his prowess, but you saw it, man. He belongs with the big dogs.
Oh yeah, always impressive to see World Cup speed have that type of freeride ability. Unreal.
And when we return, we're giving out the X Games medals. Don't go anywhere. Gold medal on the line after this. Welcome back to Real Mountain Bike. It's that moment we've all been waiting for. We've seen all the videos. Now it's time to hand out some hardware. So I ask you, sir, highlights, the things that have stood out to you most watching these 5 videos.
I mean, first of all, so much respect to all these riders and all these filmers, the creativity, the time put in, the build hours, the risk taken. Thank you for these unbelievable videos.
But let's hear what the judges have to say as they recap all 5 videos before we hand out the medals. All right, let's hear the judges' thoughts on Matt McDuff and Louis Lhomel.
Well, McDuff's part starts in the streets. I love that. And then you go to his compound and see what he's up to and how big he can go. And then it kind of ends with this pallet castle, right? And he's half-cab flare dropping off of this drop. And for me, that's what separates McDuff's part from all the rest.
All right, let's hear judges' thoughts on Remy Morton and Scott Robb.
Remy Morton's part was one of my favorites. I love the vibe, the concept, the music, the builds. Obviously, Remy's style is insane. But when you're putting it into a competition platform, that's what makes things a little more difficult. And I just think that some of the crazy and dangerous and wild things that were in some of the other parts might have shined a little harder. And I think that's something that might have affected his score a little bit.
Final thoughts on Dylan Stark and Tyson Trainer.
Dylan, like, keep being you. You are making mountain biking fun. I enjoy watching you bring these rails up in the big mountain terrain. Keep being you.
Let's hear last words on Tom Van Steenbergen and Calvin Huff.
Tom rode 3 different bikes, multiple locations, did some stuff I've never seen before, and just the total package of it was everything that I would have expected in a mind-blowing, medal-winning video part.
And lastly, Cade Edwards and Joe Bowman.
Are you still racing World Cups? Because you are a free rider now. You are a free rider now.
Well, the results are in. Without further ado, let's get right to it. We begin with our bronze medal here in Real Mountain Bike, Dylan Stark and Tyson Trainer. Dylan's a friend of yours. You guys ride a lot together. This has got to be huge for him.
So stoked for him. He puts everything into the riding. He risks it all. He has so much passion, and yeah, it all paid off.
We move on to our silver medalist, Matt McDuff and Lhomel.
That was an absolutely crazy video. Matt did such unique things all throughout the video. It had a bunch of different elements, so the judges awarded him silver medal.
And finally, the moment we've all been waiting for.
So I'm chewing on this, right? And I'm trying to figure out who has got the best part. Who's got gold?
He hit all perspectives of mountain biking.
Just the total package of it was everything that I would have expected in a mind-blowing, medal-winning video part.
The gold medalist here in Real Mountain Bike 2024, Tom Van Steenbergen and Calvin Huth. We said it as soon as we saw it. There was just something different about TVS's part.
Yeah, that video absolutely fired us up. There's obviously a lot of criteria, but that overall impression really was shocking with this video.
Congratulations to all of our athletes, our X Games medalists, our casting crew, and you, the fans. We can't do it without you guys. So farewell from Highland. Thank you so much for watching Real Mountain Bike 2024.